Welcome to Sunday Times Politics Weekly. I'm your host today, Kgothatso Madisa, and I'm joined by the Treasurer General of the ANC, Dr. Gwen Ramokgopa.
We've been able to pay our staff on a monthly basis and also fully. So one of the contributing factors is that we have acknowledged that the PPFA is here. And whereas in the past the ANC got about 82% of its income from donors, that area has been very difficult since the PPFA, which is a Political Party Funding Act, came into being. So we've had time to adjust to that reality and also to look at the other streams of income, which are not as large as the donations we used to get, but we've had to work harder on the other streams of funding whilst we're still at the donations as well. Our salary bill has come down a little bit because that's one of the highest costs. We fund the regional, full-time regional personnel, provincial, as well as head office. I think currently we have come down to about 17 million or so. And we are also looking at restructuring our capacity so that the salary bill should not expand beyond what it is, and start seeing stabilization in that area. But as I've said, democracy has to be funded because it is managed. If we don't manage democracy on a full-time basis, it's also a risk to stability of the country. So I'm one that actually call for corporate citizens, for individual progressive citizens to take interest in our own democracy and fund the political management of democracy. It's very important, but fund it in a manner that appreciates that we want to limit foreign control and interference in domestic affairs, and that it should be open and transparent enough to avoid, where we come from, the issues of state capture. I also heard about the possibility of ghost employees. We also worried about inefficient use of our staff, and also, those that were underemployed. One of the first things that we did was to arrest expenditure that is not efficient and prudent, and to put systems. And secondly was to also look at our payroll. And I'm glad to say we did not find any ghost employees. And our staff are very dedicated, and they have actually helped carry the ANC during difficult times. So it's a compliment of men and women who were there for the ANC when the ANC needed them. Yeah. On a quarterly basis, Kgothatso, we report on the money we get from the IEC, and we also report on donations. We would like to report whilst the donor has already submitted their report to IEC, because the law says both must report. Okay. But we are saying that many companies are saying anyway it's going to come on our books, and we have to, our books are open, we have to account to our boards and all that. Some publicize even their financials. So the reports will be there. And anyway, the political party who is the recipient would have reported as well. So it's not hiding anything. So we've had to chase a number of companies to say, you haven't reported, our deadline is coming up, so that we don't present those companies as if they wanted to conceal. So there's a lot of administrative issues that go with it. So and those are some of the issues. But we are saying it was good to introduce the Act. It's still good to keep the Act. But let's manage the transition in a manner that it is enabling for everybody to contribute in a manner that is transparent and accountable.
Does the ANC own this building that we're in?
Most of ANC properties are also consolidated, not all of them, but the ANC doesn't own it directly as such. It's part and parcel of looking at the asset base.
But it is your asset. It
yes,
is an
it's
ANC
asset which is not owned directly. We are looking at how we can improve the management of assets that are there. So we're doing a very in-depth audit on the asset base of the ANC.
Including, I guess, the ones that are abroad, because I think you do have a few properties abroad.
Yes.
Are you selling them? Are you?
That's part of the audit that I'm currently busy with. Yeah.
What are you looking to do? Are you looking to sell them to raise funds? Are you looking to lease them? What is the?
Some were leased, so we'll have to look at those revenue streams, which is best. Those that are giving good revenue, but those that may not be that efficiently utilized, we will look at the options as well. But we haven't had to be under that pressure of really looking at reviewing assets, except maybe one in I think in Tanzania. But otherwise, we're not really under that pressure that we are willingly disposing of assets.
Sure.
Because my mandate, together with the NEC, current NEC, is to look at sustainable sources of income. So we are in the stability phase, and we must be on the phase of growth and sustainability by the end of our term. We've had to depend on our membership fees, levies for those that are deployed in government. Every time the NEC meets, we contribute as well, and subscriptions. So we've had to tighten and to increase our own contribution to our own organization.
And elections are coming.
Most definitely.
Will the ANC be able to fund its campaign?
The ANC has always been able to fund its campaigns. Maybe 2019, because of the timing, it was a little bit late. But using also those approaches, we're engaging very, very passionately with our members and our supporters. If you remember, the ANC received 10 million votes in 2019. So we are looking at broad-based contributions in this election campaign.
From supporters, not members?
From members and supporters.
How would that work, Gwen?
Watch this space. Just ordinary members, ordinary supporters. This is a time when the ANC really need their contribution in time, in money, and otherwise. And many of us are already coming through, as I've said.
Have you considered increasing or what is this, a levy for your deployees? I mean, you have a lot of deployees.
We have increased that. That's why I'm saying the costs have been carried by deployees, by membership, and by subscribers.
Okay.